good feelings about you walking away. Because all these things relate. If she's very attached to you, it can create some anxiety and resource guarding stuff with the other cat that don't need to be there. So we want her to be okay with you walking away, okay with being in the room and knowing that Bodhi's somewhere, but she doesn't necessarily have to do anything about it.
And he seems a little more chill.
Yeah, he definitely seems more relaxed than last time. Make really good use of that vertical space. Zoey! So I'll give her a little bit of pressure here to see if she'll come towards me. And then click when she does, so that you can get a good response from her. When you say her name, she'll turn and come towards you. Do you hear her chirping
the trills
every time she sees the target stick? Zoey! So like that, where she's kind of looking into the room and her brain is going to start going,
where is he?
Where is he? And what should I think about it?
And then he's back to owl eyes.
So you can interrupt that by saying her name and then marking and rewarding her for choosing to disengage from that thought and come back to you, rather than you're pulling her back or getting a tense tone of voice or something that might actually make it more tense. Just teach her to come when you call her. Cats can do it just like dogs. Zoey! Good job! That's a really loud purr coming from such a tiny cat. Well done. She's tried to target this a few times to see if it'll spit a treat out for her. That's not the one we're working with. Well done. And see her tail?
Oh yeah.
Notice how her tail is poofed. So that tells us she had a little bit of, and a little stress shake off. She had a little bit of an adrenaline rush there for some reason. Who knows why? It might be because you stood up and came down here. It might be because she went further into the room and knows that he's probably somewhere over there. So,
interesting. I didn't even notice the tail.
yeah, she's very, very expressive. Once you know what you're looking for, it'll help a lot for your training sessions. So that poofy tail would tell me while I'm working with her, don't move closer to Bodhi, because adrenaline makes you dumb. Even if it's excitement, or she's like, yay, I want to see Bodhi. If she's adrenalized, she's going to do stupid things. Yeah.
All right.
So we let her calm back down so she can make good choices. I'm sorry I'm putting it on your floor. I know that's kind of gross.
Oh, I don't
It's
care.
the easiest way to discuss it. Sometimes I have a tripod in my car that
I have a tripod upstairs.
I never remember to bring mine.
No, I have one.
So once you're in this good rhythm with her, see if you can start marking the times where she's looking up at Bodhi. That's gonna be really cute footage. So I'm gonna let her kind of wander for a second. I can either recall her or mark if I see her look.
So when you say, if she looks up at him, then you would mark?
I'd mark right away, yeah.
And then she turns to you and then you reward her.
Exactly, because if she has an understanding of what the marker is and means, then you can start to use it in sneaky, tricky ways like that, because
I see.
You're gonna mark and she's gonna go, oh, I did a good thing and I'm done. Where's my reward?
Okay.
Rather than just like that. Rather than continuing to stare and then decide what she wants to do next. Did you get that? Because that was perfect. That's exactly what we were. Oh, okay. You want to do circus tricks? Let's see if. I know, you gotta look at Bodhi though, because he's moving around now, so she's more likely to look. So we're gonna wait a little bit. Right there.
Okay.
And he's eating treats, which is fantastic. He's self-training up there. And see how hard she's doing that? It's because she's a little tense.
How hard she's doing what? Chewing?
Kind of licking and swallowing and stuff. She's a little
Okay.
tense. You'll see cats do a hard swallow when they're just a little bit adrenalized. She just has really big feelings. So I'm gonna wait for her to look, which she will in a second if I kind of hold still and ignore her. And then with this target stick, if we're thinking, oh, we don't like you up here, she's trying to get higher or something, I don't necessarily mind, but just as an example, that's the point of the target stick, is to then have a low conflict way that you can suggest that she goes somewhere else rather than picking her up or pulling her
Okay.
and creating tension. You can simply ask her with the stick, and she's very food motivated, so 99 times out of 100, she'll probably do it. And now he's getting a chance to see that she can move around in this space and
Not target him.
yeah, he's safe up there. So then now that he's up there, we can even go back up the steps a little because it's actually closer to him than down here. So we can go up here. So you're watching her, and if she's not poofy, she's responding to the marker, she's having a good time, she's able to look and look away, you can keep working with her. So we're gonna let her notice him from over here.
Yeah, she has not stopped purring.
She's got a lot of legs. Purrs and cats are interesting. They don't necessarily mean happiness. I don't know if she saw him, but I'm gonna mark just in case she did, because she generally lived over there. Cats will purr when they're in labor, which is very painful.
It's, I don't know, maybe self-soothing?
Exactly. Hi, Bodhi. So brave. Look at you up there. So you'll know when she's got this because she'll start doing it. You'll almost have trouble keeping up with her. She'll go, Bodhi, treat, Bodhi, treat.
Right. Well, we kind of had that the other day. I was doing that with her. Every time she would look away, I would give her a treat. I'd mark and give her the treat. And then I noticed she started doing this a
Amazing.
lot. Yeah, she's a smart girl.
That's really great that you've already done some of this. So you can name it. You can say, where's Bodhi? And then wait her out and she'll look. So I don't want her up there. I'm just gonna put a little bit of, there we go, just to kind of steer her this way. So if she's doing a good pattern of looking away, you can name that something. You can say, where's Bodhi? Or find Bodhi or whatever, and whatever you think you'll remember to say.
As she's looking away from him?
Right before you think she's gonna look.
Oh,
So-
before she's, okay, got it.
So it kind of requires her getting the behavior first. Otherwise you don't know when to say it. But if she's looking away, looking away, you can just start to say it right before she looks back. And she'll notice that that cue, where's Bodhi, means look at Bodhi. Sweetie pie. Yeah. Hi, honey. You know you're causing some problems, Zoey.
I know.
You're very sweet and cute about it. It just probably saved you. You're a sweet girl with big, big feelings and a tiny, tiny little body. Oops, no freebies, sorry. So we'll wait for her to sort out. She's going food. How do I get the food? I don't know if she looked or not. You can accidentally train some pretty silly things if you start marking the wrong stuff, like spin in a circle. Because that's what she just did, and I don't know if she looked. But that's great that he's stretching and all of that is nice, relaxed behavior from him.
And she's not hyper-focused on him.
Right. That was a good one. So you need hundreds of these repetitions before a new pathway starts to form, where she's going to walk down here and be looking for Bodhi, but not because she wants to get stressed and chase him or whatever. She wants to look at him so she can look away.
So she can get a treat.
Yeah. You're starting to form a new association with this. So you can maybe ask her to be up here. Good job. Sorry, sweetie. I should have had that ready. Oh, it's all over your nose. That's goofy. Good job. And so this is a good test to see, okay, she's pretty close to him. They're almost at the same level now. If I click and move away with the food, does she struggle to come with me? And no, she immediately jumped off and came with. So this is kind of where you want to exist for a while. Once you do lots and lots of repetitions, the idea is that you stop trying to cue it or micromanage her and kind of just let her wander and see what she'll start to choose, but you don't let her get close enough to where she can jump up close to him.
Okay, well, and that was my fault. Because she was on the leash. I thought as long as she's on the leash, I'm in control. Let's see what she does when she goes up there.
I mean, it's an opportunity to show her what happens when she does that. And the problem with that is you don't necessarily know her intentions. She might have jumped up there and just sat beside him, or she might have jumped up there and been nasty at him.
Right.
And we don't know, so we don't want to accidentally punish episodes of good
Right.
intentions. So it's better to just set her up for success and get her doing what we want her to do, because eventually you'll be doing this with them side by side, so you don't need the food bowls. They can just kind of be hanging out and you can be dispensing the food from your hand. And if she's doing a good job, there's no poofiness, there's no staring at each other, they both seem pretty relaxed, she's very motivated by the food. You just start to relax it a little bit to where you're not constantly marking and rewarding and trying to control her movement. You're kind of letting them just exist a little bit. And by that point, if you get an oopsie, yeah, it still kind of stinks, but if you have 500 good repetitions and one oopsie, you're gonna kind of disperse that and absorb it into all of those much better than if there's only 5, you know, so. And it gives you an opportunity to then use that tone of voice of Zoey, no, and she goes into timeout, whatever the closest room is that you can put her in and shut the door, so that at least you can use that opportunity to show her what happens when she behaves like that. Good job. He's back in his little hammock, his little kitty head. You having a good time? All right. And then go back down here. Come on, Zoey.
She's really good on the harness.
Mm-hmm.
She's actually the kind of cat I could take for a walk because she doesn't mind it.
Mm-hmm. So she does lots about decompressing. And sometimes it's just from the harness, from having a harness on, but at least some of them are from. Good job! So you can click and treat, and you can also praise if you can do all that stuff at once and think to do it. That's a good time to talk to her and use your voice like that.
Right.
It's more informative. It clears it up for her what she's doing that you approve of. And a lot of cats would not care less what you approve of. She's not one of them.
No,
She really likes you. She's very social. How you feeling? Good job. See, I'm interrupting her thought process. The second her brain goes, there he is, and he's looking at me with his big owl eyes. Then you're inserting a good feeling into her brain. You're saying, yep, this is a great thing, and you're done, and now you're gonna get a reward. That was kind of cheating. That was pretty half-assed, Zoey, and I fell for it. Where's Bodhi? Good job.
Good girl.
This stuff really isn't that difficult to eat. You're struggling so much. Where's Bodhi? Where's Bodhi? So she doesn't know what it means yet, but during the downtime where she's trying to figure out how to get more food, she's gonna look at him at some point, so I just keep saying it. Where's Bodhi? Where's Bodhi? Like that. And eventually she'll start to realize that that's what that means. Good job. Here. This is a hit.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
See, she's not, you know, if she were really worried about him or fixated on him or obsessed with him, this wouldn't work. They can't be interacted
well, that's
with like
good
this.
news.
I think that with the lack of information during the times where she's not sure what she's supposed to be doing and she notices that he's there and he's looking at her, there's a malfunction happening. It's a miscommunication or a misinterpretation of something, who knows? At the end of the day, it kind of doesn't matter. You would do the same thing for it regardless. This is what you would do. So It's nice to know why, just because that helps scratch that itch in our brain that we have of always wanting to understand everything. But Have you taken her out on the harness out here ever?
No. Not yet. I just wanted her to get really, really comfortable in the house, knowing she was going to stay here, but because she was a stray,
Absolutely.
I don't want to take her out there and then her think, ooh, and then
Yeah.
try to, because she's not bolting out the doors, she never tries to get out. I don't want to make it too exciting out there yet.
Sure. Well, and when they don't know where they are, they don't know what home base is. It takes a couple months sometimes for them to know what home base is. Hi, Bodhi. Up on this one. Zoey. That's a lot of talking. Good job. I'll just switch over to dry treats soon, sorry.
I have another one. I have two more, I think.
So now we can be closer and do that. So you'll notice at some point while you're doing this, you'll click and she won't look back. She'll just keep looking. That just means that's your line. Don't go further than that. She's struggling to disengage, so you would want to just back up a little bit.
So,
Good job. So some of this is kind of a test in the beginning.
so if she's looking, you make the marker sound and she doesn't turn around, you don't react at all?
I would move back a little. I'd create more distance or decrease the challenge in some way. So if he's moving around a lot, we need him more still, but that's hard to accomplish. It's easier to just give distance. So this whole time her status quo has been, she looks, she hears the mark, she easily looks away for the reward. So if at some point during the training she looks, you make the marker sound and she just keeps looking, that's telling you she's having bigger feelings about Bodhi right now than the food.
Got it.
It's a good test. So see there, she looked and then it was pretty easy to get her disengaged. So we want lots and lots of repetitions like this.
Okay, this is really good. This is, I could do this a lot.
And then if she has a lot of energy, she probably has higher needs for stimulation than Bodhi does.
She certainly does.
Yeah, so at this point you could actually get Bodhi put up. I think you'd probably need to, because it's just you here, you don't have a secondary person, put her up for a second, put him away, let her back out and let her have free use of the space, and especially to like smell places where he's been, but stop feeding her. So the really good stuff is happening during her Bodhi sessions.
Okay, so she's only getting the jackpot when.
Yeah, just because she needs a little bit more, so we don't want to do this for an hour, it's too much. You can do this for like 6, 7, 8 minutes, and then just let her brain process everything that just happened. But that's not enough stimulation for her. So instead of then putting her back up in the room, I would put Bodhi up and let her have free roam of the space for a little while and just.
Well, I feel like I call it cat Tetris. I'm constantly one out,
chair.
one in, musical chair. Yeah, moving one, closing this door, putting that one.
In my pocket already. Yeah, and that's unfortunately that's just kind of part of it of what you're doing.
Yeah.
But we need to make sure that she's also just getting enough time out in the space.
Oh, I make sure that I'm
Yeah.
trying to spread it all out where they're getting.
Where's Bodhi? Where's Bodhi? You're yelling at me. All you have to do is look at Bodhi.
Oh, this isn't as good. But she
Gobbled
ate
it right up. You know
But
what
she
it
ate
was.
it.
I probably could have been a ball and she would have eaten it. Good job. So see, from here I can test. You're very close. She could try to jump from here if she wanted. I want to see how are you responding when you're this close to Bodhi. And in the beginning, you're micromanaging. It's lots of clicking and rewarding and redirecting her and all that stuff. The more you do it, you're gonna kind of relax a little and just let there be some downtime. But that's in the future. You're not gonna do that yet. I think where people really need help understanding better the process they're doing is with the repetitions. People usually don't realize how long you need to stay in one place and log repetitions, because it's about the actual chemistry and structure of her brain. So it's not like It's not about our positive feelings on it. So like, oh, we did 2 rounds of this and they did great. I feel really good about this. Time to move on. There haven't been enough repetitions for her brain to make a sustainable change in behavior. Those were just 2 reps, which is great, but she needs many more to have actual change in what her brain does.
That makes sense. Meow.
Good job. Where's Bodhi? Where's Bodhi? Good job. Bodhi's like, shit. Don't say my name. Why do you keep telling her where I am? I want to be invisible. Good job. Do we want to do some through the tunnel? Just get her doing stuff. You're supposed to go the other way. All right, we can jump over. That's another way we can do it. Some circus tricks. If in the end this doesn't work out for whatever reason and you can't keep her, acrocats would take her.
Who?
The acrocats. They're traveling cat circus. She's very, very trainable. Sorry, I shouldn't make jokes, but I'm only halfway joking.
I mean, just based on what you're seeing, do you think it's gonna work out?
I don't know. I never know. I wish I did.
Okay, so
I wish I could
we're not
give
people who are having like really positive feelings about this.
I feel neutral because you haven't done enough of this to know, because it takes time. There's nothing, I mean, yeah, this is great, but again, like, just this is not going to create an actual change in when she's not on a harness and she comes down here alone. What does she choose to do when she sees Bodhi? You have to have many reps spread out over a time period, and people usually won't do it. That's my honest experience as a cat trainer, is they just won't do it because they don't want to, they don't want to dedicate the time, or they don't get it. They don't quite understand what it is they're doing and why. So they'll have some good improvement, and then I'll get a text 6 months later saying there was a huge fight and it's because they rushed it. They had a couple good episodes and then went straight to, okay, now we're
a big, happy cat family.
Yeah, and it doesn't work that way.
No.
It's just not how brains work, unfortunately. There you go. Good job. Ready? Good job. And then when you put her away, you can do the target stick all the way up the steps into the room and then just throw food around so she has like this really fun scavenger hunt while you're getting him away, and then just let her out again and the food stops and you can give her less attention. She kind of just hangs out here. It's when Bodhi's out here that you're talking to her and petting her and giving her food and all of that, so she can see that he brings all the good stuff to her life. Yeah, come here. Hi, Mom. I'm in school. I'm learning things. Feels good. Do you want to do a few reps of marking when she looks, and then sure, you can work with the target stick, or I can hold. Oh gosh, she's like on it. Do you want me to restart it? This is a 23-minute video at this point.
Yeah, we can.
Okay.